What if the secret to deeper sleep, better memory, and smoother joint recovery isn't in your medicine cabinet, but on your dinner plate? You see, most people, especially seniors, have been told that aging is a slow decline, that poor sleep, creaky joints, and forgetfulness are just part of getting older. But what if I told you your body is still wired to repair itself even after 60? You just need to give it the right fuel, especially in the hours before bed. Here's the misunderstood truth. What you eat at night directly influences how well you sleep, how your brain detoxifies, how your muscles repair, and how deeply your hormones recalibrate. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Certain foods, when timed right and combined thoughtfully, can naturally support melatonin production, calm your nervous system, and even reduce nighttime inflammation without the need for pills or gimmicks. Most people think melatonin supplements are the only solution. But your pineal gland, the tiny, brilliant timekeeper in your brain, can still make melatonin perfectly fine if you feed it the right building blocks. And guess what? Many of these nutrients are hiding in humble, natural foods, some of which you probably already enjoy. In this video, you're going to learn why your body craves certain minerals and amino acids before bed and how they affect your sleep cycles, how your nighttime eating habits may be either accelerating or reversing your aging, 7 specific night foods that support deep sleep, muscle repair, hormone balance, and brain clarity, easy protocols to combine these foods for maximum absorption and effect. We'll also touch on simple timing strategies to align with your circadian rhythm, and we'll also touch on simple timing strategies to align with your circadian rhythm, reduce overnight cortisol spikes, and promote mitochondrial repair, the real secret to aging with strength and clarity. These foods are more than just nutrition, they're tools for healing. And if you're over 60, this is not optional, it's essential. So if you care about sleeping deeper, healing faster, and aging with energy, make sure to watch until the end and subscribe so you don't miss the natural wisdom your body is craving. Let's start with a food that's often overlooked but packs a powerful punch when it comes to calming the nervous system and preparing the body for deep restorative sleep: pumpkin seeds. Now, why are pumpkin seeds so important for seniors at night? It comes down to 2 things your body urgently needs in the evening hours: magnesium and tryptophan. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral. It's required by over 300 enzymatic processes in the body. But one of its most underappreciated roles is in regulating the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that tells your body it's time to slow down, it's time to rest, you're safe now. That's not something a pill can replicate effectively. Your body needs bioavailable magnesium, and pumpkin seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources. But there's more. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that's a precursor to serotonin and then melatonin. This is key. Your body can't just produce melatonin on demand. It needs raw materials. And tryptophan is the gateway. When you eat tryptophan-rich foods in the evening, your body uses that to build serotonin in the gut. About 90% of your serotonin is made there, and then converts it into melatonin as light levels go down and the pineal gland kicks in. Here's what's happening in your body. You eat pumpkin seeds with dinner. Magnesium begins to calm your central nervous system. Tryptophan enters your bloodstream and crosses the blood-brain barrier. As night falls, the pineal gland converts it to melatonin naturally. Your body begins shifting into deep sleep mode from within. Compare that to a melatonin pill, which floods your system with a hormone your brain is supposed to regulate. It's like shouting over your body instead of teaching it to sing. Here's a simple protocol to follow. Add 1-2 tablespoons of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds to your dinner. You can sprinkle them over steamed vegetables, mix into a salad, or blend into a warm, spiced soup. The key is to take them with a source of healthy fat like olive oil or avocado, because magnesium and fat-soluble nutrients absorb better this way. You can also pair them with a carbohydrate like roasted sweet potato or a slice of butternut squash to help shuttle tryptophan into the brain. Why? Because insulin helps neutralize competing amino acids in the bloodstream, allowing tryptophan a clearer path into the brain. This is functional nutrition, working with your biology, not against it. And remember, magnesium also supports blood sugar regulation, a crucial point for seniors. Blood sugar dips or spikes overnight are one of the most common but silent reasons for poor sleep. That 2:30 AIE man wake up, it's often your liver scrambling to stabilize glucose. Pumpkin seeds can help prevent that gently. If this is helping you see health differently, tap the like button. It helps us reach more people who need this kind of natural healing wisdom. Pumpkin seeds are also incredibly easy to prepare. No pills, no processing. Just a clean, mineral-rich food that aligns with what your body is naturally trying to do at night. Calm the brain, repair the muscles, and stabilize your energy. This is about tuning your body's chemistry, not overriding it. Up next, we're going to look at a surprising fruit that contains actual plant-based melatonin plus compounds that can ease joint pain and inflammation while you sleep. Tart. Cherries. Imagine if there were a fruit that could help you fall asleep faster, reduce nighttime inflammation, and even ease aching joints, all without any side effects. That fruit exists, and it's called the Tart cherry. Now, we're not talking about the sweet cherries you might snack on in summer. We're talking about Montmorency Tart cherries, a variety especially rich in natural melatonin and polyphenols, which supports sleep and healing at the same time. Here's what's fascinating. Tart cherries are one of the only known fruits to contain melatonin in a form your body can absorb and use. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that drinking tart cherry juice increased melatonin levels in older adults and significantly improved both sleep quality and sleep duration. So how does this work? Melatonin is often thought of as just a sleep hormone, but it's also a master regulator of circadian rhythm, immune function, and cellular repair. Your pineal gland naturally produces melatonin in response to darkness, but production can slow with age, especially if you're exposed to blue light in the evening or don't get enough of the nutrients required to make it. Tart cherries don't just stimulate the melatonin pathway. They also bring something else, anthocyanins, a powerful class of antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, especially in the joints and brain. This is critical for people over 60. Why? Because nighttime is when your body's repair signals peak, and if you're inflamed, your healing is impaired. In other words, this isn't just about sleeping longer. It's about sleeping deeper, the kind of sleep where synovial fluid rebuilds in the joints, where your lymphatic system flushes toxins from your brain, and your muscles and immune system regenerate. That kind of sleep requires support, and Tart cherries offer just that. Here's how to use them. Option 1. Drink 1/2 cup of unsweetened tart cherry juice, not from concentrate, about 30-60 minutes before bed. Make sure it's pure Montmorency cherry juice, no added sugars or fillers. Option 2. Eat 1/4 to 1/2 cup of whole, frozen or dried tart cherries in the evening. You can mix them into Greek yogurt, blend them into a nighttime smoothie, or simply eat them as is. Just make sure the dried variety has no added sugar. And here's a helpful tip for absorption. Combine your cherries with a source of healthy fat, like a small handful of walnuts or a spoonful of chia seeds, to help stabilize blood sugar and prolong melatonin activity through the night. Some people ask, why not just take a melatonin pill? Well, here's the truth. While synthetic melatonin might knock you out quickly, it doesn't always support natural sleep architecture, the cycles of light, deep, and REM sleep your brain needs to heal. In fact, some people report grogginess or vivid dreams because synthetic melatonin can spike too high. Tart cherries, by contrast, support your body's rhythm, not override it. So if you're someone who finds it hard to stay asleep or you wake up feeling unrested, try this instead. Give your body real food with real sleep compounds in the right timing. It's subtle, but over time, it works with your biology, and that's where long-term results come from. Subscribe if you're learning something new, because there's more natural healing wisdom to come. In the next section, we'll explore a fruit that's flown under the radar, but has been shown in clinical studies to actually help people fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Kiwi. And we'll break down why it works at the mitochondrial level, not just the surface. You might be surprised to hear this, but one of the most effective fruits for improving sleep quality, especially in older adults, is the humble kiwi. Not only is it delicious and easy to digest, but it also works on multiple levels, at the level of neurotransmitters, antioxidants, and even mitochondrial repair. A clinical study published in the Asia Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who ate 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed fell asleep 42% faster, had improved total sleep time, and experienced more restful sleep cycles. That's not a placebo effect. That's physiology. So why is kiwi such a potent nighttime food? Let's break it down. First, kiwi is high in serotonin, a neurotransmitter that plays a central role in regulating mood, digestion, and most importantly here, sleep-wake cycles. Serotonin is the direct precursor to melatonin, and if your serotonin levels are low, as they often are in people with age sleep issues, your melatonin production will suffer. What's happening in your body is this. You eat kiwi, which contains serotonin, precursors, and antioxidants. Serotonin levels rise, rise, your pineal gland uses that serotonin to build melatonin. Melatonin gently guides your body into sleep as the evening darkens. But kiwi does more than support neurotransmitters. It's also rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, and folate, all crucial antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress in the brain and body. And this matters deeply, especially if you're over 60. Why? Because as we age, our mitochondria, the tiny energy factories in every cell, become more vulnerable to damage. When oxidative stress builds up and isn't cleared overnight, you wake up feeling sluggish, foggy, and inflamed. Kiwi helps counteract that by supporting mitochondrial health and clearing free radicals during sleep. Another powerful compound in kiwi is actinidin, a natural enzyme that aids digestion, particularly of protein. This means that if you've had a heavier dinner, a kiwi afterward can support your gut in processing it more efficiently, reducing bloating and digestive discomfort that can interrupt your sleep. Here's a simple protocol. Eat 1-2 kiwis about 60 minutes before bed. Go for the green variety, not gold, as the green kiwi has higher levels of serotonin and fiber. You can slice them and eat with the skin on for extra fiber, or peel them if you prefer. Want to take it up a notch? Pair the kiwi with a handful of pumpkin seeds from part 1 for a serotonin-melatonin power combo. The tryptophan from the seeds and the serotonin from the kiwi works synergistically to boost melatonin naturally. No pills required. And if blood sugar is a concern for you, don't worry. Kiwi has a relatively low glycemic index, especially when paired with a fat or protein source. So this won't spike insulin, but will gently support your circadian rhythm and digestive calm. Remember, you don't need to fight your body. Just understand it. Your body is trying to sleep better. It's trying to repair. It just needs the right signals. And kiwi is one of those quiet but powerful signals. If this kind of insight helps you rethink what aging can look like, hit the like button. It helps this message reach more people who are ready to age naturally and intelligently. In the next part, we'll explore one of the most healing foods you can eat at night, bone broth, and why the amino acid glycine may be the missing link to deep sleep and joint recovery after 60. Let's shift gears now from fruit and seeds to something warm, deeply nourishing, and profoundly healing for the aging body, bone broth. This isn't just old-fashioned comfort food. Bone broth is functional medicine in a mug. Especially for seniors, it provides specific amino acids and minerals that help your body do the very things it's already trying to do at night: repair joints, calm the nervous system, and promote deep, restorative sleep. So what exactly makes bone broth so powerful? 2 main compounds, glycine and collagen. Let's start with glycine. Glycine is a calming amino acid that your body uses as both a neurotransmitter and a metabolic regulator. What's happening in your body is this. Glycine lowers your core body temperature, increases parasympathetic nervous system activity, and helps regulate circadian signaling in the brain, all of which are essential for falling and staying asleep. Glycine is free of several health-promoting enzymes and stimulates faster hydration because of it. Like I said, this is the #1 sunscreen on the market. And if you spend a few minutes just as a powerful experience, lowers your core body temperature and helps you feel better. And when you feel better, you generally sleep better too. It is proven to promote relaxation and positive thyroid hormone. This works because glycine is fiber-rich and filling. It is simple to form, and being super hydrated is extremely important. In fact, research published in the journal Sleep and Biological Rhythms showed that taking glycine before bed helps subjects fall asleep faster, improved sleep quality, and led to more alertness the next day, even when sleep was restricted. That's because glycine supports your brain's natural wind-down chemistry without the side effects of sedatives or sleep medications. But glycine isn't acting alone. Bone broth also contains collagen, a protein composed of glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, all of which support connective tissue repair. If you deal with stiff joints, tight ligaments, or general aches and pains at night, collagen is what your body needs to rebuild cartilage, tendon fibers, and synovial fluid. And deep sleep is when that healing happens. Here's how your body works. Overnight, growth hormone is released during deep sleep, a key driver of tissue repair. Collagen peptides, if available in your bloodstream, are used to rebuild damaged joints, skin, and fascia. Glycine helps regulate inflammation and reduce nighttime cortisol levels, making room for true healing. If you're over 60, this process becomes more and more dependent on what you feed your body. Bone broth gives you not only glycine and collagen, but also calcium, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and glutamine, all in highly absorbable forms. So what's the protocol? Enjoy 1 cup of warm bone broth 30 to 90 minutes before bed. You can sip it on its own with a pinch of sea salt or enhance it with turmeric, black pepper, or a splash of apple cider vinegar for added anti-inflammatory benefits. And if you're plant-based or don't eat animal products, you can opt for a collagen-free glycine supplement or use plant-based glycine powders, though the absorption may differ slightly. You can also make a mineral broth from simmered vegetables, seaweed, and herbs, which still delivers some relaxing nutrients, especially potassium and magnesium. Another useful tip, if you're trying intermittent fasting and don't want to break your fast too early, bone broth is an ideal bridge. It's low-calorie, deeply hydrating, and full of nutrients without spiking insulin. And don't forget the gut. Bone broth also contains gelatin and glutamine, both of which help prepare the intestinal lining, which supports better nutrient absorption and reduces inflammation that can interfere with sleep hormones. In short, bone broth is not just food, it's a form of nightly repair therapy you can sip. If you're appreciating how these foods support the body's natural healing rhythm, go ahead and subscribe. We've got more holistic strategies ahead that can change how you age, rest, and recover. In the next part, we'll dive into a surprising but essential mineral for sleep and cardiovascular health, and how cooked leafy greens can become your new nighttime ally. Now let's talk about something that might already be on your plate, but needs to be timed and prepared just right to unlock its full healing potential. Cooked leafy greens. You probably heard that greens are good for you, but did you know that eating them at night in their cooked form can directly improve sleep quality, blood pressure regulation, and overnight muscle recovery? It all comes down to one often overlooked mineral, calcium. Calcium is commonly associated with bone health, but in functional medicine, we know it plays a much deeper role in neuromuscular relaxation, blood vessel dilation, and sleep hormone synthesis. Here's what's happening in your body. Calcium helps your brain convert tryptophan into serotonin, and later into melatonin. Without enough calcium, that conversion stalls, and your circadian rhythm gets disrupted. This is especially relevant for seniors because calcium absorption tends to decline with age, particularly if stomach acid is low or vitamin D levels are inadequate. What this means is you might be eating enough calcium but not absorbing it effectively, especially if your only source is dairy, which becomes harder to digest for many older adults. That's where cooked leafy greens come in. Greens like collard greens, kale, spinach, bok choy, and turnip greens are some of the best plant-based sources of highly bioavailable calcium when prepared properly. Cooking them helps break down oxalates, compounds that combine minerals and make them harder to absorb. So lightly steaming or sautéing your greens not only improves digestion, it amplifies your mineral uptake. Let's talk physiology for a moment. At night, your body wants to shift into parasympathetic dominance, the rest and digest mode. Calcium supports this process by helping nerve cells send inhibitory signals, allowing your muscles to relax and your heart rate to slow. It also works in tandem with magnesium from the pumpkin seeds we covered earlier to balance excitatory and calming signals in the brain. Without enough calcium, you may experience difficulty falling asleep, restless legs or muscle twitching, light sleep that's easily disrupted, nighttime blood pressure spikes. Here's a practical protocol. Add 1 to 1.5 cups of cooked leafy greens to your evening meal. Lightly steam or sauté them in olive oil or grass-fed ghee, and season with sea salt and lemon for better absorption. For bonus synergy, pair them with wild-caught fish like sardines or salmon, which we'll cover in the next section, for extra calcium, vitamin D, and omega-3s. If you find raw salads difficult to digest at night, go with warm preparations instead. Your digestive system slows down in the evening, so cooked greens are easier on the gut and more effective at delivering minerals to your bloodstream. Again, the food stuff you eat in the morning is almost certainly going to be warmer, so you need to eat your meals. And if you're managing blood pressure or cardiovascular health, take note. The potassium and magnesium in these greens also help relax your blood vessels and stabilize pressure during sleep, a time when many people unknowingly experience spikes due to chronic stress or imbalanced mineral intake. You don't need to rely on supplements to get this right. Your body wants to heal, and food gives it the signal if you're strategic about timing and combination. inflammations. Here's a final tip. Add a pinch of nutritional yeast on top of your greens for a savory flavor and a dose of B vitamins, which support neurotransmitter production and energy recovery. If this kind of nutritional logic speaks to you, tap the like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, because in the next part, we'll explore one of the most brain healing, hormone supporting, and anti-inflammatory foods you can eat at night. Wild-caught salmon or sardines. It's not just about omega-3, it's about restoring pineal gland function and sleep hormone balance from the top down. As we wrap up our list of essential night foods, it's time to talk about something many people forget to connect with sleep: healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids. And the most concentrated, bioavailable sources of these fats come from wild-caught salmon and sardines. These aren't just heart-healthy fish, they're deep brain food, and they're especially critical for seniors over 60 because they support pineal gland function, hormone balance, and nighttime inflammation repair in ways few other foods can. Let's start with the basics. Both salmon and sardines are incredibly rich in DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, and EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, two long-chain omega-3s that your brain and nervous system use to maintain cell membrane flexibility, facilitate neurotransmitter activity, and reduce neuroinflammation. DHA in particular is heavily concentrated in the pineal gland, the small but mighty brain center that controls your melatonin production. That's right. If your pineal gland is inflamed or nutritionally depleted, it can't produce melatonin efficiently, even if you're getting the right amino acids like tryptophan and serotonin. DHA helps keep the pineal gland fluid, responsive, and able to regulate your circadian rhythm, especially as you age. And that's just the beginning. Omega-3s also help support cognitive detox during deep sleep through the lymphatic system, hormonal regulation including cortisol and estrogen balance, synaptic plasticity, your brain's ability to adapt and stay sharp. What's happening in your body is this. At night, your brain shifts into detox and repair mode. DHA-rich foods help calm the inflammatory signals that can interfere with that process. This isn't just about better sleep, it's about protecting your cognitive function as you age. There's another key nutrient here too, vitamin D, which is naturally present in fatty fish like salmon and sardines. Vitamin D works alongside calcium and magnesium to support sleep depth and bone repair. And it's a common deficiency in older adults. Taking in real food sources, especially in the evening, helps round out your mineral hormone synergy. And let's not overlook vitamin B12 and selenium, also found in these fish. B12 supports nervous system health and red blood cell production, both essential for oxygenating your tissues during deep sleep. Selenium, meanwhile, is a critical cofactor for thyroid health and antioxidant repair. Here's a nighttime protocol to consider. Add 3-4 ounces of wild-caught salmon or a small can of sardines to your dinner at least 2-3 times per week. These can be baked, lightly grilled, or tossed into a warm salad or bowl with cooked greens. Sardines also come pre-cooked and shelf-stable, making them ideal for quick evening meals. If you're not a fan of fish, high-quality omega-3 supplements made from wild fish oil, preferably molecularly distilled, can also help. But food remains the most holistic delivery system. For a deeper effect, try pairing your salmon with some steamed leafy greens and a handful of walnuts, combining omega-3s with minerals and plant-based antioxidants to support brain detox, hormone harmony, and full body calm. And if you're someone who struggles with inflammation, especially joint stiffness or mental fog, this food pairing can make a dramatic difference. You may not notice it in one night, but over the course of a few weeks, you'll likely find your sleep deepens, your thinking clears, and your energy in the morning becomes more consistent. This is what healing looks like. Subtle, steady, real. If this is helping you reimagine what aging can feel like, hit that subscribe button, because up next, we're rounding out our list with a food that surprises a lot of people: cottage cheese or plain Greek yogurt, not just for muscle, but for overnight blood sugar balance and brain support. Let's wrap up with a food that might seem simple, even old-fashioned, but is one of the most strategic choices you can make in the evening for muscle maintenance, metabolic stability, and deeper sleep as you age: cottage cheese or plain Greek yogurt. Why is this food so important, especially for seniors? because it contains a special kind of protein called casein, a slow-digesting anti-catabolic protein that delivers a steady stream of amino acids to your muscles and tissues throughout the night. And that's exactly what your aging body needs. Here's why. After age 60, your body enters a phase known as anabolic resistance, a state where it becomes harder to build and maintain muscle even with adequate protein. And if your protein intake is mostly earlier in the day, you may be missing a critical window, the overnight repair cycle, when your body naturally releases growth hormone and initiates tissue repair. What's happening in your body is this. You fall asleep, growth hormone pulses during deep sleep, stage 3 and 4. If amino acids are available, your body uses them to rebuild muscle, repair organs, and fortify your immune system. If amino acids are not available, your body may break down existing muscle to fuel the process. Cottage cheese solves this beautifully. Just half a cup provides about 12-15 grams of casein-rich protein, along with calcium, phosphorus, B12, and selenium, all of which support neurotransmitter function, sleep hormone balance, and overnight recovery. Let's break that down further. Casein protein digests slowly over 6 to 8 hours, providing a steady stream of leucine, tryptophan, and glutamine, which help prevent overnight muscle breakdown, catabolism, and support neurotransmitter synthesis. And it will bind estrogen. It will help metabolize that estrogen in the body, which will provide fast energy and help create a rapid rest recovery. Let's break that down further. Casein produces leucine. Leucine in particular is essential for triggering muscle protein synthesis, which declines naturally with age. Tryptophan, meanwhile, again contributes to serotonin and melatonin production, supporting both mood and sleep quality, so you're getting an amino acid signal for sleep and repair in one food. Here's a nighttime protocol. Consume 1/2 cup of full-fat plain cottage cheese or Greek yogurt about 60-90 minutes before bed. Look for varieties with no added sugars. If dairy doesn't agree with you, consider a lactose-free version or mix in collagen peptides with unsweetened almond yogurt for a similar effect. For an added boost, try mixing your cottage cheese with a tablespoon of ground flax or chia seeds for healthy fats and fiber, a sprinkle of cinnamon to help balance blood sugar, a few Tart cherries or kiwi slices to enhance melatonin production. This combination supports blood sugar stability, which is especially important at night. Many seniors unknowingly suffer from nocturnal hypoglycemia, where blood sugar dips too low during sleep, triggering a stress response that wakes them up around 2 or 3 a.m. By giving your body a slow-digesting protein plus healthy fats and fiber, you stabilize glucose, avoid cortisol spikes, and help your brain and muscles stay nourished all night. And let's not forget, cottage cheese and Greek yogurt are also rich in calcium, which, as we discussed earlier, helps your brain produce melatonin and supports neuromuscular relaxation. This food isn't just for athletes. It's for anyone over 60 who wants to preserve their independence, support cognitive clarity, and age with strength. Because muscle isn't just about movement. It's a metabolic organ that protects your brain, heart, and immune system. And the best time to nourish it? While you sleep. If this series has given you a new respect for how food shapes your sleep and healing, go ahead and tap like and stay with us, because next, we'll tie it all together. Up next is the conclusion, where we'll recap the body's nighttime healing process, reinforce these habits, and offer a simple challenge you can start tonight to feel the difference. Now that you've seen the science behind these 7 night foods, I hope you're starting to see your body and your evening routine in a completely new light. Because here's the truth. Your body is always working toward healing, even as you age. Even when you sleep, especially when you sleep. Every night while you rest, your body enters a highly coordinated phase of rebuilding, detoxifying, and rebalancing. Your joints are being repaired, your brain is clearing waste, your hormones are recalibrating, but for all of that to happen smoothly, your body needs raw materials. And that starts with food. Let's quickly recap the powerful foods you can begin using tonight. Pumpkin seeds for magnesium and tryptophan, calming your nervous system and laying the foundation for melatonin production. Tart cherries, providing gentle, plant-based melatonin and anthocyanins that soothe inflammation and help regulate your internal clock. Kiwi, a surprising source of serotonin precursors and antioxidants that support mitochondrial repair and sleep initiation. Bone broth, rich in glycine and collagen to nourish joints, calm the brain, and support deep tissue healing while you sleep. Cooked leafy greens, delivering absorbable calcium and key minerals that aid in sleep hormone conversion and nighttime cardiovascular support. Wild-caught salmon or sardines, providing omega-3s and DHA to restore brain cell function, support your pineal gland, and protect your memory. cottage cheese, or plain Greek yogurt, offering slow-digesting casein protein to prevent muscle breakdown, stabilize blood sugar, and assist in neurotransmitter balance. Each of these foods addresses a specific system that your body is working to support overnight: nervous system, muscular repair, hormonal regulation, and brain detox. And by choosing the right combinations at the right time, you're not just managing symptoms, you're restoring function. And here's the most empowering part. You don't need extreme diets. You don't need medications with side effects. You just need to understand what your body's asking for and respond with natural, intelligent nourishment. So here's your natural health challenge for the week. Tonight, choose just 2 of these foods. That's it. Maybe you'll sip a cup of warm bone broth and finish with half a kiwi. Or you'll sprinkle pumpkin seeds over sauteed greens. Or enjoy cottage cheese with a spoonful of tart cherry. Track how you sleep, how your joints feel in the morning, how mentally sharp you are. Because when you start aligning your nutrition with your body's circadian biology, everything changes. Sleep deepens, healing accelerates, aging slows, and you start feeling more like yourself again. If you found this helpful, let us know in the comments. What will you try first? Which of these foods surprised you the most? And don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey of natural healing and healthy aging. We're here to help you reconnect with your body's wisdom because it's still there, just waiting for the right signals. Your body is ready. You just need to give it what it needs. Thank you for watching. And here's to deeper sleep, stronger mornings, and a healthier, more vibrant you.